bit of weather whiplash, I like to say, the next couple days. You'll have cool mornings, warm afternoons, got to dress in layers. But something else on the way, our second supermoon of the year. And believe it or not, it's the second of 3 supermoons between October and December. So the first one was on October 6th. The next one will be in December. This one is going to peak tomorrow morning at 7:10. And essentially what a supermoon is, if you don't know, it's when the moon is closest to the earth, so it appears brighter and larger. You'll be driving to work in the morning, or if you're out late at night, you'll notice how big and bright it is in the sky. It almost acts kind of like nature's street light. And the good news is skies are going to be mostly clear tonight through tomorrow morning. So you'll be able to start seeing this supermoon. It's a super beaver moon tonight, and it'll peak tomorrow morning. Now, if you live south of Tampa, though, the clouds may start to build a little sooner for you. So you'll want to try to see that tonight after the sun sets, which is very early, by the way, before 6 p.m. This morning, what to wear? You want to grab the sweater this morning. A chilly start with temperatures in the 50s, and that's for the city of Tampa. A lot of you are waking up in the 40s this morning. 48 right now in Trinity, 59 in Clearwater Beach, 65 in St. Pete, a little closer, a little warmer closer to the water, 54 in Brandon, 44 in Thanodasassa, 50 in Zephyr Hills, 43 in Brooksville. Brr. That's pretty cold, isn't it? 49 in Newport Richey to start the day. High temperatures are going to warm really nicely. This is what Jenny was talking about. We're going to have quite the warm up by the time it's all said and done today. We're talking 20 to 30 degree jump. That sun's going to put in some work today. Upper 70s to low 80s for afternoon high temperatures. It is also going to be breezy. You'll notice that wind as you step out the door this morning, especially if you live closer to the coast. And we're looking at wind gusts anywhere between about 15 to 20 miles per hour. It's not quite as blustery as yesterday, but I do think you will notice that breeze. And I think with low humidity and highs in the 80s today, it's just going to make the day all that more pleasant. Now, with the breeze staying elevated, we don't have necessarily the best marine forecast again today. Choppy waters on the bay. You'll want to exercise caution. Seas 2 to 4 feet today. So it has come down just a little bit, but not the best day to be out on the water if you're not the most experienced boater, or if you have a smaller vessel, just not the day to be out there. Give it a couple more days. When the wind starts to relax, the boating forecast will get better as we head into the back half of the week. High pressure dominates. That is going to eventually start to push off the coast, though, bringing our wind more onshore, more easterly. So that's going to pump in more moisture, giving us more cloud cover by tomorrow afternoon. The humidity is going to increase. It's not going to be super sticky, but it's not going to feel super fall-like anymore either, especially with highs in the 80s. And that will continue into Thursday as well. High temperatures going back above average the rest of the week into the start of the weekend. And again, with that slightly higher humidity, it's just not going to feel quite as nice as it has the last few days. With that extra moisture in place, so that we feel in the form of humidity, we'll have the chance for a few showers as a cold front starts to make its way into the area, potentially as early as Sunday afternoon into Monday as well. Models are kind of struggling with the timing of this front right now. It could be Sunday we get the bulk of the rain and Monday is dry, or the bulk of the rain comes in on Monday. So we still have some fine tuning to do with that. But low end rain chances Sunday, Monday, and then the coldest air of the season, that we do know, ushers in, dare I say, an Arctic blast, because I know that sounds pretty dramatic, but we're looking at snow across parts of the plains and the Midwest. And for us here at home, we could have our first morning in the 40s by next Tuesday. We'll be watching that really carefully for you. Your 7-day forecast shows tons of warm sunshine until we get there, though, although an increase in cloud cover the next couple of days. Comfy mornings, warm afternoons. We'll have low end rain chances return Sunday into Monday of next week, with highs dropping back into the low 70s by Monday.
All right, something else that keeps you motivated. You walk out the door, it feels great outside, then you get all this sunshine, the day heats up, and it turns into a perfect Florida day. It
does. A nice fall day on the way, and unfortunately, it's not going to stay with us all week long, but give it like one more week.
Yeah, just hang on.
Yeah. A little bit of a roller coaster on the way. So hang on tight, everyone, because potentially the coldest air of the season by this time next week. So we have something to look forward to after several warm afternoons, but nonetheless, still some beautiful weather on the way. So far, our coolest fall day was actually Halloween, topped out in the low 70s. We woke up in the mid 50s, got pretty chilly through the evening as well. I know all you felt it as you were out trick-or-treating with the kiddos, heading to your Halloween parties last Friday evening. And this morning, plenty chilly as well. As you get ready to head out the door on this Tuesday, what do you need to grab? You'll want to grab the sweater. Temperatures in the 50s. Some of you even still in the 40s. 48 in Port Richey, 44 in Thanodasassa, 57 in Tampa, 60 in Safety Harbor, 56 in Seminole. Looks like you're at 55 in Plant City, 51 in Zephyr Hills, 57 in Winter Haven, still in the 40s in Brooksville. Nice chill to the air. But as Jameson was saying, yeah, it's going to be a warm afternoon. That sun's going to put in some work today. keeping us in the low 80s this afternoon, or I should say warming us into the low 80s this afternoon. We only topped out in the low 70s yesterday. We'll have a nice breeze out of the northeast today, 5 to 10 miles per hour, gusts 15 to 20, so wind has come down a little bit. I think it's just going to add to how pleasant the day is to have that nice light breeze. And with the wind dying down a bit, our marine forecast looking better today. It'll look even better tomorrow. Moderate chop on the bay, seas 2 to 3 feet today with that UV index around 6. Look at that Gulf temperature though. You go in the water today, it's going to feel more like a polar plunge to all of us Floridians with the Gulf temp of only 73 degrees. Now, over the next couple of days, we do have some very slight changes. You won't notice big changes, but as this high pushes off the coast, the way wind rotates around high pressure is clockwise. So that's going to bring our wind more so straight out of the east. That's going to pump in some more moisture. So yes, our humidity is going to go up just a touch, and as is our cloud cover. So you'll notice more so partly cloudy skies, if not mostly cloudy at times. Wednesday and Thursday will stay dry, but it'll also be warm and a little more muggy, so it's not going to feel quite as fall-like. High temperatures in the 80s all the way really through Sunday. Then we have changes on the way this weekend. A front's going to move in on Sunday, bring us the chance for a few scattered showers. Some of those could linger into Monday as well, but then behind that, coldest air of the season. This is a very early look at those overnight low temperatures, and this is our colder model, so I want you to take this with a grain of salt. We'll be in the 60s all the way into Monday, but then next Tuesday and Wednesday, we could potentially be waking up in the 40s in the city of Tampa. We'll be keeping an eye on that for you. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Nice chilly start to next week. 7-day forecast shows tons of warm air. In the meantime, we'll have temperatures in the 80s Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, even into Friday, and then going into the upcoming weekend. Of course, we have plenty going on this weekend. We have the Lightning in town. We have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers playing on Sunday. We have the Patriots in town for that day. Nice and warm day if you're going to Ray J. Not going to be super miserably hot. And then we have that 20% chance for showers on Sunday as well. I don't think that's necessarily going to impact the game in a big way, but a few showers will be possible. And again, some of those could linger into Monday, and you'll notice that temperature drop then as well. 80s to highs only in the 70s next Monday, and then beyond that is when the coldest air of the season could very well arrive. Some models still have us in the 50s in the morning, but some have us in the low 40s. So we'll be keeping an eye on it. Either way, make sure to have those jackets on standby. You are going to need them.
All right, good morning to you. We are following a traffic impact alert for our drivers as you're going to be getting by 60 and 34th for 66th Avenue and 34th. Looks like we've got a complete closure underway. As you can see, the fire truck trying to get through this area, and drivers may be in the stalled pattern through Lealman for quite some time. Getting a closer look at the area, you can see the intersection is blocked off as drivers are trying to get by, and some drivers are getting by here as you're going to be headed through this area of Pinellas County. So give yourself some extra time as you're trying to maneuver this and follow those detours in place. Outside of that, let's get a closer look at our maps, and you can get a closer look at exactly where this is. For drivers headed through Lealman, you're going to be seeing these slowdowns here for you as you're going to be getting by US 19, 62nd Avenue there and 34th Street. Also along 275, you've got north and southbound delays here for drivers headed through St. Pete this morning. And we're also seeing a lot of volume on our roadways. Our traffic tracker is showing these delays continuing for people who are going to be headed through I-275 near Beers Avenue. You can see a closer look at the exit here as drivers are just kind of in that stop and go pattern trying to get off at Beers Avenue. And we're still in the red if you're going to be headed by I-75 to the Selman Connector. 25 minutes right now is that drive time, so prepare for that delay. And we're also seeing some delays here along the Veterans Expressway for drivers headed southbound, also along US 19. Despite that, our bridges are looking good and delay free right now. We'll take that. Here's what it's looking like along I-4 for drivers headed through that area right now.
All right, thank you.